Troy Hennig, the time has come. 35 laps of distance. This racetrack is in absolutely phenomenal shape. It's going to be a good one. Again, $4,000 to win and lap money on the line. Tony Gomes, Tanner Carrick from the front row.
Field is set, and will we see a new winner? Will we see a repeat winner of the Tyler Wolf Memorial? We're about to find out, actually about 2.5 months later than we were supposed to get this thing on the way, GT. Field is set. Pick out your favorites. Off turn number 4. This one's for you, Tyler Wolf.
Well, 23 cars rocketing through the first set of corners. Tony Gomes takes the lead early over Tanner Carrick. Good battle for third.
Yeah, great battle. Logan Forler to the inside of Shane Golobic. They'll slice back and forth. Look at the wheelie by Forler, but it kind of got into Nick Parker. That sends him around. We go yellow.
Yeah, Parker on the front straightaway, Troy, and then Ricky Sanders had looped it to a stop over there in turn 3, so at least 2 cars.
Thank you. Didn't see that. Yep.
Different ends of the speedway. Isn't that how it always works out too? All the build up and then you have a yellow flag.
Yeah, no, I
start. Yeah.
It's funny when you do the 4 wide and we would do "We Will Rock You" and everyone is just pumped, and then a yellow. Bummer. That's all right. We'll line them up and do it again.
Well, we talked about it earlier. 10 different winners and 13 main events so far this year with the Sprint Car Challenge Tour. So there's been a lot of parity.
Yep.
Tony Gomes on the pole won in Petaluma during the month of June, and then to his outside, Tanner Carrick was the winner at the Hall Memorial.
Yep.
At Marysville.
Well, North County Plastering, number 17 will continue on. That'll be Sanders. The Parker Automotive 115 of Nick Parker. Looks like also rejoining the field. Both of those cars at the rear.
As always, we'll try our best to keep everyone abreast of the movers and shakers in this one with some of that extra money on the line for the Hard Charger Award.
Yep.
Pit Stop USA, $200 every Sprint Car Challenge Tour race as well.
And that's where Jacob Perkins, our scorekeeper, becomes very valuable because he can get that list out pretty quickly to Elijah Jones, and someone's going to, $3,500 extra dollars on the line with the lap money.
He's better at that than pointing out broken axles.
Yeah, that was really funny. Thank you for reminding me of that. That's all right. We are going to do it all over again. Rewind, reset, and continue on. 35 laps, the scheduled distance. Tony Gomes and Tanner Carrick on the front row.
Well, down to the chalk stripe. The Tyler Wolf Memorial main event is underway into turn 1.
Forler contact with Tanner Carrick, but they both continue on. Scary situation, Gary, but we stay
we got
great.
Somebody upside down. Isaiah Vasquez in the 83 SA is the driver upside down. We see him moving around in the car already, so that's a good sign. Now, there were some cars kind of beating and banging on each other, Troy, on that start.
Well, 2 rough starts here to get things off for the Tyler Wolf Memorial. That fire safety support vehicle right there on the Flow Racing screen. Once again, Pacific Highway Rentals, thank you.
And we were here a few weeks ago and Isaiah Vasquez got upside down in that same spot during the Wednesday night show, so no luck at all so far as he climbed over Colby Johnson, it looked like.
Those are some quick barrel rolls, man. That was a quick upside down right here. Watch that. He digs in, and then
back under power, taking shape behind the Hangtown 100 pace truck. Once again, Gomes and Carrick still up there on the front row. Trying to get a couple cars towards the rear of the field in the correct position before we flip these lights out. Hopefully third time is the charm coming up. And just like that, lights out. Hangtown 100 pace truck will pull back to the infield off of the back straightaway, Troy.
Yep. Here we go. Third time, as you said, hopefully is the charm. we'll think good thoughts for these drivers, 23 of them. Now we're down to what, I think 21?
That's right, we did lose a couple already.
Lights are out, off in turn 4. Tony Gomes and Tanner Carrick set the pace. We are Green Flag Racing.
Tony Gomes immediately drives upstairs. He's challenged on the bottom by Tanner Carrick. Tony Gomes fends him off, but here comes Carrick with a haymaker in 3 and 4.
Oh, it's already good. GT the first lap, slicing and dicing. Gomes got it. Look at Golovic throw a blanket over the top 3.
Well, we talked about it earlier. You give a good track at Silver Dollar Speedway, there's not a better facility in the country, I'll tell you that. Here comes Carrick to the inside of Gomes again.
They swap the top spot once again on lap 2. Gomes still up front. Shane Golovic wants to be invited to the party. He'll slide up in front of Carrick.
Well, Shane Golovic already 2 wins this year here at Chico, going for number 3 here tonight. He's up into second, followed by Carrick, Logan Forler. Here comes Facento and Tanner Holmes.
Coming up on lap number 4, this time by, it's Gomes, Golovic, and Carrick. Best battle on the track is for 5th between Tanner Holmes and Mitchell Facento.
At the line, 0.8 of a second is the lead for Tony Gomes. Shane Golovic trying to reel him in ever so slightly.
5 laps down, 30 big laps to go. Extra money already being recorded for your top 3 between Gomes, Golovic, and Carrick as they're going to close in on Nick Parker here in a couple laps.
Well, that top side of turn 1, Troy, getting a little bit tricky. Tony Gomes, Shane Golovic navigate their way on it, followed by Carrick, Forler, and Facento, your top 5.
Off in 3 and 4, Golovic closed in just a little bit on your leader. We will hit the line on lap number 7, and they are there. GT, they've caught the rear of the field. Things are going to get good, guaranteed.
Well, lap traffic is what we love to see on these tight quarter-mile bull rings. Tony Gomes enters it. He'll try to put a lap on Nick Parker.
Gomes will get around Parker to the outside. He has Bloomfield, Mitri, a couple of cars right ahead of him. These are good cars.
Now Tony Gomes now going to dip to the inside. Shane Golovic trying to hit that tricky cushion up through 1 and 2. He's got to run down the back straightaway.
Shane Golovic now went from the top to the bottom. They'll race side by side for the lead. Gomes will hold on to the lead. We get to lap 10.
Well, good stuff up front. Tanner Carrick trying to join the mix as well as Tony Gomes trying to get to the outside of Max Mitri.
Right ahead of your leader still is the 2X. It's a 3-car battle. Golovic back to the inside, trying to battle the 75. Good launch by the 75 though.
And heavy-duty lap traffic right in front of your leader. Gomes swings it to the inside now to complete lap number 12.
12 laps down. Gomes kind of pitched to the inside, but he'll get around Andriotti. Golovic continues his chase. He slides to the bottom. Once again, battle for the lead. Off turn 4. This time, Shane Golovic takes it on lap 13.
Lap number 13, Golovic leaves. Tony Gomes says, not so fast. I'll take it back. But Golovic with the crossover move. Crisscross applesauce, as you say, Troy.
Absolutely. Facento still in that 4th spot. Logan Forler 5th. Tanner Holmes, Caleb Henry, the top 7. Caleb Montgomery now in 8th.
And Tony Gomes definitely fighting a little bit of a loose condition. A couple laps here recently as he rolls the bottom. Shane Golovic up front. We got a car way off turn 4, and we're going to go yellow. I believe that is Ricky Sanders, Troy. All I saw was the yellow car go flying off, but man, what a battle up front. Yeah, there's a good shot on Flow Racing of the North County Plastering 17 of Ricky Sanders.
Sanders up to that point was running 20th on the racetrack. Up front though, here comes your leaders. How about it, race fans? Make some noise. Shane Golovic, Tony Gomes, Tanner Carrick. That was about as good as it gets, as you talked about, Gary. And I don't care if you're running on the East Coast, the Midwest, or the West Coast. West Coast still my favorite, dude. That was great. Great battle. Yeah. The enthusiasm for the lead there, battling slower traffic. It's why I've been a Chico at home here for over 20 years.
You know, we love Knoxville, we love Eldora, but man, when you get a good track here in Chico over the years, that's what you can see right there. And the Fall Nationals over the years, it always produces no matter what.
It is, every year people talk about the people that come and watch it. Fall Nationals, their favorite event all year.
Well, I'm looking at the rundown right now, and I see a purple lap there by Corey Day.
Yep.
He's up to 10th. He started 19th, it looked like.
Yeah, he's the fastest right now, GT. That's a good point. On lap 14, the most recent lap, he turned to 12.568.
I'm going to say right now he would be the leader for the Pit Stop USA Hard Charger Award, but we still have a lot of racing to go.
Okay. So to recap quickly, Shane Golobic leads Tony Gomes, Tanner Carrick, Mitchell Facento, and Logan Forler, your top 5. Tanner Holmes, Caleb Henry, Caleb Montgomery, Michael Facento, and Corey Day, the top 10.
That's been a good race back there between Forler and Facento. They exchanged that spot a couple times.
Blake Carrick, 11th, Forsberg 12th, Colby Johnson 13th, Willie Croft, and Joel Myers Jr., your top 15. Lights are out. We're back at it.
Start in the fire-off zone. Golobic inching towards it. He's in it, and he's on it.
Great restart by Shane Golobic. Up into the lead, slides himself through turns 1 and 2. And it is a gaggle of cars behind them, 2 and 3 wide as they exit turn 2.
Well, Mitchell Facento has a nice line down low. He'll go to work on Tony Gomes. And your Silver Cup winner from back in March, looking for the second spot down the back straightaway.
Mitchell Facento rolling the bottom like a boss through 3 and 4. Sneaks his way into that second spot. But also while they're doing that, Shane Golubic's starting to get away.
Well, right now you got a top, you got a bottom. That's an excellent battle for second between Gomes and Facento, side by side all the way around this quarter mile.
Yeah, what more could you ask for right now in lap number 17 than to see those drivers? And we go red, it looks like, and we missed it, Gary, on the backstretch.
I see Joel Myers Jr. over there, and it looks like that is the reason. But good news, race fans, Myers is out of the car.
Yeah,
and he's walking away.
Joel Myers Jr., race fans walking away. And from our vantage point, the white tires right out of the pit exit have been disheveled.
Oh, yes, they have.
So obviously he went up and over or into those white tires.
Good word, disheveled.
Disheveled, there you go. Hey, where was he running at? Or what spot was he in? He was in 15th, race fans. 15th, so 15th
okay.
Spot. Last Saturday night's Petaluma winner. First career win. And now trouble finds him on lap number 16, it looks like. Yeah, you can see a plethora of people around there checking out the race car. Brown's towing once again needed.
What a summer he's had. I mean, that's been a consistent top 5 podium car, Joel Myers Jr. Top 5 with the Outlaws, Labor Day that weekend up at Skagit. On the Friday show, he's been runner-up at Placerville a few occasions.
We knew about him, but I remember it was even qualifying, a couple years ago down with the Outlaws. He was one of the top 5 one night. Bobby Gerald was really ranting and raving to me about what he thought about Joel Myers Jr., and that was a couple years ago even. So, yeah, pretty impressive stuff. Cool to see him get his win last Saturday, and heavy damage on that race car as it gets towed away on your Flow Racing screen for the viewers at home. Well, we'll give you a recap of where your favorite driver might stand under the red flag. Shane Golobic, the leader, followed by Mitchell Facento. He might have figured something out on the bottom of the racetrack. 75, Tony Gomes runs 3rd. Tanner Carrick runs 4th. Caleb Henry, your top 5. Then Logan Forler, Tanner Holmes, Caleb Montgomery, Corey Day, and rounding out the top 10 would be Michael Facento. Andy Forsberg, Willie Croft, Colby Johnson, and Landon Brooks, your top 14. Of course, we did mention Joel Myers Jr. up until that accident had been running in the 15th spot. Always good to hear positivity. So I want to thank Dean Mills also for chiming in and being kind of the leader when it comes to streaming TV services, internet services out here in California.
Yeah, he kind of lambasted those big white tires over there. We'll add that in there too.
He'll like that. That'll be later for you kids at home for Scrabble.
Yeah.
If you're ever playing Scrabble, lambasted. Can you spell it though? I cannot spell it.
I can't spell it.
Lambasted. Huh. Shane Golubic's quickest lap was turned on lap 4, and that lap time 12:09:33. We always like to keep track of drivers who have turned their fastest lap, what lap it was on. Caleb Henry's quickest lap, lap 12. Corey Day's was lap 14.
Yeah, I was kind of watching Corey Day back there trying to hit that high side, kind of caught up in a little bit of traffic, but that's a car you never take your eyes off of. We saw during the Scct debut last year at the Tartar, he was amazing. I mean, from the back to the front, a couple times.
Oh, we got a couple laps in before our previous yellow. And so now this red flag should come out as a double file again, I believe, Gary.
I think so.
Okay.
What did you say earlier? Golubic has nine wins here, so he's looking for 10.
Yes, he would be looking for 10 here tonight at Silver Dollar Speedway.
And going for 12 with Scct.
Good stuff. White tires back in place by the scoreboard.
No longer disheveled over there.
And double file set to go. Well, Facento now on the outside. He was rolling the bottom very nicely, trying to catch Shane Golubic, but Golubic now on the bottom. You've got the 75 of Gomes and Tanner Carrick in row 2, Henry and Forler in row 3. 35 laps.
Golubic jumps on the methanol and leads us back to green with a 3-wide battle there. Tony Gomes, Tanner Carrick, are they going to get out of that one?
Look at Tanner Carrick roll the outside. That was amazing by Tanner. He went from 4th to 2nd off of turn number 2. Move him now into 2nd spot.
Well, last year's opening night Fall Nationals winner, Tanner Carrick, now going to try and reel in your leader, Shane Golubic. Cars going side by side, Holmes and Henry.
We're going to lose Jake Andriotti on that lap, lap 18. He'll go back to the work area. We stay green. Up front, Golubic, Carrick, Facento, Gomes, and now Henry, the top 5.
Well, that was definitely a good restart for Shane Golubic in the 17 Ws. He's trying to pull away here with 19 laps down, 16 to go.
Boy, Golubic up top and working it right now. His best lap at a 12:09:33, just turned a 12:09:63. So he's on it right now, turning some of his fastest laps of this race.
Now Mitchell Facento still downstairs looking for that moisture, running the little catfish line down there at the bottom as he tries to close up on Tanner Carrick once again.
Don't look now, but here comes Andy Forsberg, Gary. He started deep, and Forsberg up to 7th right now in the 92 car.
Yeah, Forsberg has a good line upstairs, driving around Logan Forler. They'll go side by side through 3 and 4. You're watching it on Flow.
Good charge towards the front for Andy Forsberg. He continues to battle with Logan Forler. Man, they're going side by side, wheel to wheel.
Well, 1.4 second lead for Golubic. Last time by, Facento still trying to slip to the inside of Tanner Carrick as we're going to go yellow right when lap traffic was coming.
Car sits between the Durst and JVI banners between turns 1 and 2.
Good shot of Corey Day. Is the car stopped out there thanks to our Flow Racing cameraman. He was kind of flirting with disaster up there a few laps ago. Notice that he dropped off the edge and fell several spots.
He did. I noticed that too. He fell back outside of the top 10 and then did not see what ultimately happened there for Corey Day. But he does bring the party to a stop on lap 23. Still 12 laps remain. Well, unofficially updating your Hard Charger Award, Dylan Bloomfield for Tula Motorsports 83V started in the last row, currently up to 11th. So charge towards the front for Dylan Bloomfield. Once again, unofficial until the scorekeepers do give us the results after the races, but right now a good charge at least. We'll mention Dylan Bloomfield.
That's what Bobby G is so good at the Trophy Cup, with tabulating some of the points and the movers and shakers, and mathematics, not my strong suit.
Shane Golobic sets the restart pace. Once again, he'll choose the bottom for the restart. Tanner Carrick did some moving and grooving on the outside of the racetrack on that previous restart, so we'll see how this shapes up, Golobic and Carrick.
Restart, Shane Golobic inching towards that fire-off zone.
And he's there. Up and at it, Shane Golobic leads us into turn 1 and 2. Carrick and Facento, but I'm telling you, Carrick ran that top so good again. He's going to go for it, maybe? No, he thought better of it. He'll hug the bottom off of turn 4.
Yeah, he kind of pinched that one off on the low line through 1 and 2. Here comes Carrick. He'll slide across the groove and take the lead from Shane Golobic.
Lap 24, new leader, Tanner Carrick. Golobic, though, around the outside, at the line within a car length. They'll slice and dice for the top spot. Man, Carrick hit something, and look at the smoke out of his car.
Yeah, big puff of smoke out of Tanner Carrick. Here comes Facento and Gomes. 3-car battle for second.
Yellow. Yellow for the 92 of Andy Forsberg. Did not see that one either. Man, I'm missing all of the...
I didn't see that either.
Yeah, we're so focused on the lead group, but why not? I mean, that's been spectacular up front. As good as it gets.
Yeah, ferocious battle up there with Carrick, Golobic, Facento, and Gomes.
No real word on the 92 car. He had worked his way up to 8th, though, before the yellow.
So that should put Dylan Bloomfield into the top 10 now.
Yeah, his charge to win that hard charge money continues. Good for him. Well, new leader, Tanner Carrick, Gary. Good to see Tanner move his way towards the front.
Yeah, last week he was in a midget back in the Midwest. Now back in the wing sprint car here in Chico.
It's Golobic second, Facento third, Gomes fourth, Tanner Holmes your top 5. Shout out to Tanner Holmes. You know, doesn't have a ton of laps around Silver Dollar, and right now in the top 5. Elbows are up, hammer is down.
He was impressive in qualifying, and he's carried that over all the way throughout the night.
Caleb Henry will start restart 6, followed by Logan Forler. Michael Facento into the 8th spot, Colby Johnson 9th, and Bloomfield into that top 10.
Well, going into tonight, Tony Gomes was 66 points back of Andy Forsberg. Gomes, as Troy said, currently shown in the 4th spot. Forsberg over there in the work area. Well, Tanner Carrick choosing the inside lane for the double file restart. To his outside is Shane Golobic. couple drivers that know how to do it. In the midgets, in the wing sprint car, very versatile, Tanner Carrick and Shane Golobic. Well, courtesy time given in the work area for the 92 of Andy Forsberg. And we do see him making some movement, so it looks like Mr. Excitement should make it back out in the Pacific Highway Rentals 92.
Yeah, Colby Copeland on the scene, and he's radioing to the officials what's going on. So obviously giving them an update that the 92 can continue.
Well, you're in these championship battles, Troy. You never know what's going to happen the next two races, so any point that you can recover is important. So Andy Forsberg.
No, it didn't
Maybe
work.
not.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Who's his nearest challenger?
Yeah, so with 66 points, Tony Gomes, who's actually running in fourth.
Okay.
2 points per position, so that could be a little bit of a changer, but we still have 10 laps to go in this one as the lights go out.
Yes, they do when we go double file for the restart once again in that fire off zone. Now it's up to Tanner Carrick.
A little bit longer that time, Troy. Here comes Facento challenging Golobic down low for the second spot.
Tony Gomes up and over the edge at turn one, but he continues on. He loses 3 spots though.
Now gaggle of cars there on Flow Racing momentarily. Everyone
scoreboard.
up high there through the middle.
6
There
to
on
go.
the bottom. Off of turn 2, Facento has that bottom side wired. Can
Dylan
he come after
Bloomfield
Carrick?
continues to move up. He's currently
Golobic
seventh.
back to
Started,
the outside of
was it
Facento. They
23rd,
battle for that
23rd?
second spot.
Wow, good
Facento
job by
does
Dylan
close it on
Bloomfield
Carrick
and
that lap.
Vertulo Racing in the
Well, we
83B.
saw Mitchell Facento
Another
pick up that big
16-year-old,
win at the
you know,
Silver
kid out
Cup. He
here.
looks like
There's
he's
a
a
lot
little
of
bit faster
different
down there on the
youngsters,
bottom
some are
side.
kinda
He's got
on the edge, some
Golobic
are
coming
kinda
after him as
calculated.
well.
Yep.
He's kind of like that smooth.
Caleb Henry runs
Sure,
4. Tanner
calculated
Holmes
character.
rounds out your top 5. Bloomfield from the last row up to 7th now.
Well,
And he's
down
had
the
some
back
good success
straightaway,
with
battle
Vertulo
for the
Racing.
lead. Throw
Well,
a
he might
blanket
not be in
over
the
your
top 3 to get the lap
Carrick,
money, but there's
Facento,
definitely
and
that we
Shane
talked about that
Golobic.
hard charger money.
Oh,
on
this
the
is
line.
fun.
That's good.
6 laps remain, and these top 3 elbows are up.
So if
They're
Carrick
slicing and
bottom
dicing.
line, Troy, that's gonna
Off
put
of turn
Facento
4,
on
though,
the
GT,
outside.
we have
We'll
an
see how fast
accident.
he tries to get back
Into
down
the
that
wall.
bottom. And the yellow flag is going to wave
Yeah,
yet
good point.
again.
Carrick's been running on the
believe
top
it's
pretty
Ricky
well
Sanders.
also, so it's interesting the lines that they both have chosen. Obviously,
you would
Carrick
be
gets
right.
the spot. That'll be
Golobic
his
runs
second
third,
stop.
Caleb
Caleb Henry
Henry
now
ninth.
outside of row number 2 for the restart.
Well, we kind of had this last week in the feature where we had just yellows in random spots, kind of keeping us out of lap traffic.
Well, Corey Day's back to 9th after his
Yes, he is, isn't he?
situation. So back inside the top 10 for the 41 car. A couple laps ago, he was stopped in between turns
Yeah.
1 and 2.
Well, we talked about him last year at the SCCT event, coming from the back to the front
Yep.
a couple times last year. So basically, Troy, this will be the final double file restart of the night here on lap number 29 with 6 to go.
Well, slowly now down the backstretch. In fact, they had to bunch up a little bit. Slow pace by your front row.
Snail's pace, like you
Yeah.
said.
Here we go. We're at the fire off zone, and we're back at it. Boy, Henry with a good start on the top. He'll try to split the middle of your second, third place drivers, unable to make it happen.
Oh, we got, looks like Corey Day, just as we talked about him, upside down in 1 and 2. Red flag is going to wave. Tough break there for the 16-year-old out of Clovis, California. Corey Day, Silver Dollar Speedway safety crew on the scene ASAP.
Well, back and forth, topsy-turvy race for Corey Day. Had raced up in the top 7, then had the situation where he stopped off turns 1 and 2. Fought his way back to 9th on this restart, and now upside down. Well, and he is out of the race car, walking around. Corey Day, give him some love, race fans. Good to see him out of the race car. Replay on flow. Oh, he got up on the infield berm and kind of bicycled.
You know, he did that at Knoxville one of those nights when he was up front, and he caught the berm and did the same kind of thing.
Yeah, here it is. We'll slow it down, but yeah, two wheels. Yeah, both left side wheels on the berm, and there he goes.
Oh, Dylan Bloomfield right there.
Oh, they did make contact. He got into the left rear of Dylan Bloomfield's 83V. And upside down, comes to a stop. And once again, though, obviously the main thing is he's out safely, walking away. '15th of '77, his last race, August 19th of '77.
Oh, okay.
3 races within a month, and then never won ever again.
Wow.
All right, lights are out. We will continue on, this time by single file.
Oh, Troy, what do you think? Is Jacinto going to try and drive into the bottom there and maybe slide up in front of Tanner Carrick, or is he going to stick it maybe? It's going to be good.
And we're back at it. Off of turn number 4, we are green. Tanner goes to the top, Jacinto on the bottom, and right now it looks like Carrick will continue on, as about a 4-car length advantage.
Well, Tanner Holmes, Caleb Henry duking it out there for the 4th spot as Mitchell Jacinto looks for the lead to the inside of Carrick.
Oh, they bang wheels, but they continue on. Jacinto with an amazing 3 and 4. See if he does it again. Oh, he slips back this time. Now Golobic to the outside. Tanner Carrick up front with 4 to go.
Well, Troy, that's exactly what Tanner Carrick wants to see. He wants to see those two start battling it out for the 2nd spot. Shane Golobic upstairs looking for P2.
Behind them, side-by-side battle between Tanner Holmes and Caleb Henry. We've got 3 circuits to go. Continued up front is Tanner Carrick, Golobic, and Jacinto, your top 3.
Well, Tanner Carrick hitting his marks up front in that 83T as the laps start to wind down. 2 to go for the Lincoln Racer.
A lap and a half to go. Tanner Carrick up front, the white flag in the air. One final time around, all in honor of Tyler Wolf.
Well, Troy, Shane Golobic on the inside. He's going to have a run into 3. Shane Golobic, one final shot at it to the inside of 3 and 4. Contact between the two. Tanner Carrick wins. Mitchell Jacinto, Caleb Henry, Shane Golobic, and Tanner Holmes. What a race here tonight at the Silver Dollar Speedway. The Tyler Wolf Memorial goes to Tanner Carrick.
Well, an electrifying finish off of turn number 4, and the crowd that's here tonight up on their feet, rooting, hollering, making some noise. What a finish here tonight. Awesome stuff. Night number 1 of the Fall Nationals. And there he is, Tanner Carrick out of the car. He's your winner. Nice round of applause by the people that are here tonight. We thank you so much for being here in attendance. Hope to see you and more people back here tomorrow night. Mitchell Jacinto 2nd, and then, boy, Caleb Henry ends up with the top 3. Golobic 4th, Tanner Holmes 5th, 6th on back, Forler, Bloomfield, Gomes, Jacinto, and Max Mitri. Well, we'll have some exciting, driver Tanner Carrick. We'll have some cool interviews, Gary.
Man, oh man, what an end to that feature event. Tanner Carrick gets the hugs, he gets the high fives, he gets the big hug from his crew member, Johnny. Tanner, early in the feature event, you looked oh so good. Fell back a little bit, late restarts for your friends. You got the lead. About 5 to go, Mitch Jacinto showed you a nose. You grabbed another gear, but talk to us about that last lap. Coming out of turn 4, coming to the checker flag.
Yeah, I mean, I had to speed up there. I mean, the only way to get around the top around here when it's just hooked up and rough and kind of with the curb and we're tight. It was a handful to begin with up there. I didn't want to go to the bottom, even though I'm really good around the bottom here. I just didn't want to go down there and get drove around after I rebound from falling back to fourth and driving back up to second around the top. So I just didn't want to go back to the bottom. And I knew the lap car was kind of going to come and play there. I was trying to think, should I slide myself? But I knew I was going to hit him. So I kind of just ran it in there, and then I seen Shane, and I wasn't lifting. So that's what you kind of get when you throw a short slider like that. We had a couple close calls earlier in the race where I think me and the 21 got together in 1 and 2, and then me and the 75 went with Spang Wheels 1 and 2. Other than that, we won last year here, so I wanted to come back and do it again. Last 2 years, we've actually should have won this weekend both nights. We had 1 year we had a throttle linkage fall off, and then last year our left rear shock stud broke going for the lead, and we ran 5th. So this year I want to win both nights this year, and I came into the weekend wanting to do that, and we won tonight. We had a fast car from the get-go. We won the heat. We should have won the dash. I kind of made a few errors trying to go to the bottom there early, and the 75 kind of got away from us, but I knew we'd be better in the main, even though we started falling back there into 4th. Clark and these guys worked their butts off, and we had a better race car in 4th, so I just had to drive a little harder and all around the top and get back up there. Can't thank Clark, Lucas, Johnny, my mom, my dad, and my grandma for drawing the number 2 bill for the dash. Ryder Racing Engines, Maxim Chassis, Ride Helmets, K1 Race Suits, and I'm sure those guys are watching in Colorado. They're all back there Antelope hunting, and I don't get to be there tomorrow for opening day, so I'll get to meet them all on Sunday. So I'll see JR and all those guys Sunday from K1.
You talk about this being such a big weekend for you. You love Silver Dollar Speedway. How much confidence does it give you heading into tomorrow night, trying to sweep the weekend and win your first career Fall Nationals?
It means a lot. It's a big confidence boost. Even though I've had it the last 2 years, it sucks with little things happening that's out of our control, really. I mean, this year I want to win both nights, and that's my main goal. And we got a good car. We'll work on it and get a little better for tomorrow. But I've always had good speed here, and just I don't know why it took so long to get my first win this year here. Got my first sprint car win here at this place. So I don't know. It took me a little bit to get going here this year, and I wish I was a little better at Gold Cup. But these guys keep working their butts off week in and week out, and we showed it.
Step 1 is complete for Tanner Carrick. He wins the Tyler Wolf Memorial at the opening night of the Fall Nationals. Making our way down here to tonight's runner-up, Mitchell Facino. Mitchell, you opened the season up here back in March. You and Drew Warner came out with an extremely dominant piece tonight. Right there in the thick of things, you ran second tonight. Talk to us a little bit about why Silver Dollar Speedway and you and Drew Warner in this Tarleton and Son Racing entry are so good.
Yeah, I don't know. We just we kind of found something there in the feature. We really struggled hitting the bottom here. You got to slow down so much, and with the reverse banking, it's hard to hit it. So I thought our car was really good down there, and I think the longer the runs went, we were better than maybe both these guys. But all the yellows and the reds kind of slowed the bottom down, and it just took too long to get back going. And the top got better, but yeah, a lot better than we've been here the last 3 or 4 times we've been here. So we learned a little bit tonight, and hopefully we can get a little bit better for tomorrow.
You won the Silver Cup, Fall Nationals, bookends it. You guys had a great start to the weekend. How much confidence do you have heading into tomorrow night looking to bookend wins here at Silver Dollar Speedway?
Yeah, I think we got a good shot to get after it, to try to compete for a win. I just felt like I had to be committed to the bottom to get around him, and he got bobbled off 4 and had to run, and I just didn't slide far enough across and didn't clear him. And after that, it was just battling back to try to hold the Shane back. But like I said, we're a lot better than we have been, Drew and Shane and my dad, Landon. We got our car really good tonight, and hopefully we can get one spot better tomorrow.
He'll be back tomorrow night. Tonight's runner-up, Mitchell Facino. Making our way down here, rounding out the podium, last year's Fall Nationals champion, Caleb Henry. Caleb, so good at Gold Cup, came back to Fall Nationals, put yourself in a good spot, and here you are on the final spot of the podium, just like you were a year ago. How good do you feel defending your Fall Nationals championship now?
We got a lot of speed, not really all that comfortable to drive. Had a little issue with brakes and whatnot, and luckily the red came out and we were able to get the tire aired back up too because we started to get it flat. I just feel like we need to get the balance a little bit better for tomorrow, and hopefully we'll be at the top of the podium. So go back to back. We ran third last year on the preliminary night, so let's see if we can kind of go 2 for 2 on the same finishes.
Caleb Henry looking to repeat last year's performance with the 3rd place finish tonight. He is your defending Fall Nationals champion, and he is 3rd tonight at the Tyler Wolf Memorial. That does it tonight down here on the front stretch. We thank you guys all so much for coming out. We thank you guys for tuning in on Flow Racing. We send it back up top to Gary Thomas and Troy Hennig.
All right, thank you, PJ, so much. As we get ready, we'll give you the rundown quickly for those of you keeping track here and at home. Tanner Carrick, the winner, followed by Mitchell Facento, and then, of course, Caleb Henry will round out your top 3. 4th on back, it'll be the 17W Shane Golobic, 18T Tanner Holmes, the top 5 finish here tonight. 2L Logan Forler, 83V, unofficially the hard charger, but you can probably get rid of the unofficial part. Dylan Bloomfield, 23rd to 7th. Tony Gomes comes home in the 8th spot. Michael Facento, 9th. And then Max Mitri rounds out your top 10. 11th on back, it'll be the 5V Landon Brooks. 38B Blake Carrick. 7C Caleb Montgomery. 38 Colby Johnson. And Luke Hayes, the 9L, rounds out your top 15. 16th on back, 41 Corey Day. 17 Ricky Sanders. The 92 of Andy Forsberg. 18th, the 29 of Willie Croft. 19th, rounding out your top 20, rollover victim Joel Myers Jr. 21st on back, Jake Andriotti, followed by 115 of Nick Parker, 83 SA Isaiah Vasquez, and the 14W of Ryan Robinson. That was your field, 1 to 24. Once again, we'll be back here tomorrow, same time, same place. Pit gates open at 2. Front gate opens at 4 o'clock. Cars hitting the track roughly around 5:30 to 5:45 to get heat in the engines, wheel pack, and then we'll kick things off with the final night of the Fall Nationals. It'll be in tribute to Stephen Allard tonight.